Are we live yet?
We're live now. Yes.
Okay, let me share this.
God.
Oh, we just went live.
They're only $250, man. Just buy one.
Really?
Yeah, you know, it'll get dirty and I'll just
Try it. You'll like it.
Yeah. I said the same thing about your wife.
Whoa.
Damn.
Wow.
And the Red Eye Report gets off to a
That's like your mom joke you're showing.
For God's sakes. Anyway, on this episode of the Red Eye Report, we're talking about Hollow Earth and Flat Earth. It's the War of the Worlds. To get some hands-on kind of experience with this, the four of us decided to go to a Flat Earth conference in our respective areas.
International Flat
Earth Conference. I flew up actually to go with these guys. And this intro gives you a little just kind of like just how well it went. Okay. And so first off, it was like, we have Oracle. Oracle has been getting huge into the weed. He actually got so fucking stoned. We lost him for hours. I'm surprised he found his way back for the show.
Yeah, I almost fell through to the other side of the earth,
fell through
dude.
to the other side. Mystic was kind of a big hit. The Flat Earthers actually formed a secret cult to keep Mystic. Huh? Yeah, a big hit to keep Mystic. They formed a secret cult to keep Mystic from getting too close to the sides. Didn't want us to tip over.
Yeah, and stay right in the middle. Weight distribution.
Weight distribution. Ashtray actually took to the conference better than anybody. Mainly because he saw the women there with all the daddy issues that he could sleep with.
Yeah, it's because he's been to conferences before with pathetic men at them.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't take much for me to stand out, right? All you gotta do is just smile and have a shed of confidence, and you just kill it.
All right, and then there's me, Gentleman Sergeant Primers. I was just in awe of all the crazy shit white people get to say and get away with the whole goddamn time. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Boom.
I came up with this. Okay, so I came up with this idea for this show. Was generally when I'm cooking, I will put on a show on my tablet or whatever to kind of listen to. And I did this documentary. It's called Behind the Curve on Netflix. So when I told my son, gentlemen, y'all ready?
Yep.
Are you guys ready? I've been ready.
What's going on?
I don't know. Teddy just derailed his own narrative.
We're like synchronized like the fucking Blue Angels.
Yeah, whatever. Let it go, buddy.
Call us the Blue Lung Angels.
Right before they crash into the fucking flat ass earth.
No, they
Oh
might
my
crash
God, it's not a curve.
Whoa, that's gonna hit me.
When I told my son what I was watching, he was actually surprised. My son's 7, getting ready to be 8. When I told him there was about people who still believe the Earth is flat, he said, "Really? I learned about that in kindergarten." So I decided to kind of do some research or what I could on it.
Right. Since you didn't go to kindergarten.
Since I didn't go to kindergarten, I didn't pass. I did not pass at all. Before that, I decided to look up Hollow Earth because, as you know, Jules Verne wrote his book Journeys to the Center of the Earth in 1864. And Vernians believe that Jules Verne's books are sort of true. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, The Time Machine. They believe those the science fiction in them are so is kind of concise or convincing enough to them they believe it that he kind of they hold some truth to him.
Even that movie still holds up. 20,000
and the movie still holds up. When you get into the Hollow Earth thing, you can kind of see how it comes from how the idea of something being underneath us. You can find it in our religion and also in our mythology, in Greek mythology.
Explain it. What's the exact theory? That it's just hollow. That it's just a big hollow.
That the Earth is hollow. But there are there are rings inside. There's a let's see here.
So it's like Dante's Inferno?
Not really. Not really. In 1692,
Maybe
He
a dash of
conjectured
Dante.
that the Earth consists of a hollow shell, 800 kilometers thick, with two inner concentric shells and an innermost core. So if you think kind of like a bullseye.
Wait, so there's inner shells inside of our
Right.
Earth?
There's a ring inside a ring inside a ring, and then there's a big core in the middle. That was what he was saying. And he was saying that, and he was saying that those were all, they also had their own atmosphere, and they were rotating inside the Earth. One of the reasons he said this was going on, is because it was a way for him to explain when a compass goes cattywampus fucker on somebody. It just acts up.
Is that what they call it in the hood when your compass goes wrong?
Cattywampus fucker.
Cattywampus fuckers, exactly. And so it was a way. It was a way to explain that, and also it was a way to explain why the aurora borealis was happening. He said that because those rings had their own atmosphere, and some of that was leaking out, and that was creating the flashy fucking lights.
And when you're saying rings, do you mean like a literal ring, like Halo, or a sphere inside a sphere inside a sphere?
A sphere inside a sphere inside a sphere.
Okay.
Yeah. Not like a Halo ring, yeah.
And people lived in there?
Well,
that's what they think.
There are some people there are some people that say it could be inhabited. Some folks that say they could not be inhabited.
Like it could be dead space down there, but it's there.
I mean, right? It's like nobody knows it. There's no really way to prove it. There was another guy, John Cleve Sims, in 1818. He was in the Americas. He came up with what everybody considers a better theory, or his theory was that there were the same thing, rings inside of rings, but each of those rings had an opening, and he said that at the North and South Pole there was an opening of about 1,400 miles wide on each pole that we'd be able to go into the center of the Earth at. But he actually tried to,
like where they dropped King Kong in.
Is that where Journey to the Center of the Earth comes in?
Right. Well, he came up with this idea in 1818, and like I said, Journey to the Center of the Earth was written in 1864. He did travel the John Cleve Sims guy. He did travel around the United States, pitching this idea about the Journey to the Center of the Earth. And he got some followers and tried to drum up support for an expedition. He got one guy to do it, Jeremiah N. Reynolds. He was a what do you call it? Fucking what's it here? Newspaper editor,
pimp,
lecturer, and explorer, and a motherfucking pimp.
Pimp.
Motherfucking pimp. Motherfucking pimp. One of the first pimps. Since been pimping. He actually got support from President John Quincy Adams, and got a national expedition to the South Pole. Because
did he make it?
He did not make it because Andrew Jackson ended up getting elected, and he squashed the project.
Oh, fucking Andrew Jackson.
He did. The Reynolds did garner support for private services from private services for the expedition, and they did set out to Antarctica. But they encountered so much danger by the time they got to the shore. They were like, you know what, we can't even think about going on land to find this bitch. So they turned back. By the time they got to Chile, they had a mutiny on board.
Oh shit.
So it kind of went unanswered because nobody reached the pole. No, I think the poles were discovered, like the expedition with like 1909 and 1919 respectively is when people went to the poles. But you learned that there was no hollow Earth kind of thing. Here's my thing. I kind of want to play devil's advocate here. Okay, we do not know what is in the center of our Earth. The deepest point of our Earth is in Mariana Trench. It's like 7 miles deep, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 7 miles deep.
Yeah, right. Measured it with my dick.
7.2, dummy.
7.2. Okay. The deepest that we've ever drilled is 7 miles. The Kola super deep borehole.
That's right. The Russians, right?
Yeah, the Russians, right? They began drilling in May 24th of 1970, and by this was 1989. By 1989. The whole 1989 they reached a depth of 7 miles, which is fucking insane. Then it took fucking 19 years to do that shit. But that's the deepest we can drill. So science tells us that our core is it's like a hard it's like a molten iron nickel ball surrounded by a molten core surrounded by crust and everything else. So we have layers there. And also astrologers and scientists say that we can't that when you're in space you can't have a hollow planet because gravity's going to pull and compress everything together to make the most energy efficient shape for outer space, which is a sphere, which is why everything is a sphere. So what do you, my devil's advocate thing is we don't really know what's there. We can prove it. So what do you all think, fellas? Should I become a hollow earther?
No.
I'm leaning toward it. I'm leaning toward it.
Shit, you could do worse things.
I mean, I'm leaning toward it, bro.
Where?
Yeah, just to fuck with people, or
I'm just fucking around with you. I don't.
Okay.
Okay, so what is generating the magnetic field for the Earth?
Our metal cores.
Well, the heavenly rays. That was one of their theories.
No, you're talking about hollow Earth. We're not on flat Earth yet. Calm down, bro.
Sorry. Yes. Hollow Earth.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if hollow Earth, if you were on the inside of an Earth that was still spinning, wouldn't you have the same gravity if you were inside a spinning sphere as if you were on the outside?
I think the gravity would be heavier at the center.
Well, if it was hollow, though, there's no mass to cause that gravity. But you'd have centrifugal force if it was spinning.
Yeah, because it's not fucking hollow.
We're pretending it's hollow. You dumb shit.
I can't. It's too stupid. I don't understand why we're even discussing.
Because it's fucking funny.
Because Teddy picked the topic and we have to humor him. I did pick the topic,
and I just think it's there are ideas out there that their people have. They're different. There are people that voted for Trump. There are people that think the Earth is flat. I want to know why they think that way.
Don't they think that like
among us?
Reptilians?
These people are among us. Why don't you want to fucking?
One word, Teddy. Inbreeding. That's why they think this way.
Yeah, don't they think the reptilians live in the hollow Earth?
Like that's astronaut theorists believe there could be.
I know.
Okay, so. Oh my God. So they did some tests way back in the day to try to prove that the Earth was not hollow. One of the ones in 1774 in the Scottish mountain of Shishleon, Perthshire. I don't fucking
nailed it.
Shit.
Nailed it, dude. Perfect.
Fucking French astronomers Pierre Bouguer and Charles Marie de la Condamine.
Again, perfect. It's almost like you're French.
Right? I'm actually crying right now. That was so beautiful.
So beautiful. The language of love.
They did an experiment, which is known as the Shishleon experiment. What they did was they found a mountain which fit their description, which was the Shishleon mountain, in Chimborazo, whatever, South America. So what they did was they dropped an object from two different heights, and if one of the drops, if the deviation, they measured the deviation from when it dropped, when it kind of got pulled to the mountain. To kind of gauge, and with that deviation of it getting pulled to the mountain during the drop, they could gauge the distance that they could measure the density of the mountain. And if they could do that with the mountain, then they could take that formula and do the same thing with the Earth. And that's how they kind of say it, that the Earth is not hollow.
I don't know that makes sense at all.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
It didn't make sense to me when I read it. That's why I had to look it up and shit. And there's a whole lot of complicated math in there, so we're just gonna leave it at that.
Right.
The best way to say, there's a picture showing like the deviation,
like fucking quantum magic,
and all the shit they did, and that's how they did it. So, but yeah, that part there's hollow Earth. Any questions, gripes, concerns, or thoughts here?
That's it.
Because we're getting ready. Well, that's hollow Earth. We're getting into.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Attention, goddammit.
Sorry.
That was hollow Earth,
Drunk,
right?
Per usual.
Retarded. It's very retarded. Okay, don't get mad at me for it.
I think King Kong lives in the center.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, totally.
Wasn't so here.
He fucking whooped some ass in there. And then he found this kick-ass axe.
Charges
like, why
this
didn't I have
blue
this the
axe
whole
in
time?
the ground. Right in the ground.
Okay. So before we get into flat Earth, I want Oracle to pull up this picture here, the first one under flat Earth in the outline images. This first image, please.
Don't tell them.
Well, fuck.
I'm sorry.
All right, which one?
Images.
Oh, you want the first image, Teddy? The one that's number 1 there? First one?
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go. The one with the camels.
The one with the camels. Okay. So I in my little research, I found this out here. And there's a guy, a Greek guy, Aristophanes, back in 426 BC. He was the chief, the head librarian of the libraries of Alexandria. And he did an experiment to find out the Earth was flat, or whatever the curvature of the Earth. About 5,000. What the fucking measurement would they use?
Wasn't Alexandria in Egypt?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why it's
Why is a Greek dude running that?
Egypt, Greece.
Egypt and Greece, they knew
Well,
about
back
each other.
then there was a lot of international trade over the Mediterranean back then between
I think
Egyptians.
Teddy's getting some fucked up information.
Probably,
I don't know if we
yeah.
can trust this Greek motherfucker over here.
Mm-hmm. Cool. The measure we're gonna say call them parts. Okay, it was 5,000 parts south. This town Siene from Alexandria on the summer solstice in Siene, which was on the Tropic of Cancer. At noon there are no shadows because the sun's directly overhead. So what he did was because this town is 5,000 parts away from Alexandria on the summer solstice, he put a stick up and to see where the sun would be, and the sun was 7 degrees from the stick. So he took that degree and measured the diameter, and from that 7 degree variant, he got the he guesstimated the diameter of the Earth. He guessed it was 40,000.
Oh, he
46,000. Yeah, 46,000. Well, he did math. He did math and shit, but I'm just.
He did math and shit. It took a lot of sand.
He did a lot of complicated math. All right.
Gotcha.
But at 426 BC, he came up with 46,600 and I think 25 or 50 kilometers for the Earth. It turns out that the Earth's circumference is 40,075 kilometers. So he was only off by 6,000 kilometers, but that's for fucking his time back then.
Being
I
a
thought
Greek dude in Egypt, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So one of the first fucking.
Did you get this from Wikipedia? Like what? Of
course.
Just making shit up.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
Nothing, dude. I'm still stuck on this Greek guy being in Egypt.
Fuck, man, they traveled all kinds of shit. It was an international highway of Western civilization.
Geographer. I can look it up if you
want.
want.
Dude, haven't you played Assassin's Creed?
I mean, shit. I mean,
Mistic forgot geography. It's fine.
I mean, wasn't Cleopatra like half Greek and half Egyptian, and then she married fucking Julius Caesar?
They were all over the place back then.
I mean, shit, everybody. I mean, Jesus Christ. You got something against the Greeks?
So, like, did they send an Egyptian dude to Greece? Like, is it like an exchange thing? Or?
Oh my God, there were Egyptian.
Dude, I'm just fucking with you. Just go on. My God, seriously, guys.
I fucking hate you.
Retard.
Yeah, you've been retarded.
Robotham. All right, that's a hell of a name. One of the first guys to kind of really pitch the flat Earth idea. This was in 1816 in London. He wrote a book, Zetetic Astronomy, Earth Not a Globe, under the pseudonym Parallax.
Parallax.
And in it he came up. He's the one that came up with the ice wall type thing.
You say why is that so funny?
Yeah, well, Teddy was just really giggling his ass off.
How do they? Okay, so where do they form these theories from? Like, how did they discover that there was an ice wall around all this shit?
It is.
I didn't get that far into it because I thought it was fucking pure lunacy. It's not a fact. It was mentioned first in that book in the 1816. I don't know exactly where they got the idea from. I started looking into the flat Earth kind of guys. kind of wanting to try to like understand where they're coming from, but you can't because we have pictures, we have even we have experiments and things like that show that their curvature of the Earth. The water on the boat type thing where they tell you about the mast. You should be able to only see the mast as the boat travels away from you. And because of the curvature, these people just don't want to understand.
They don't want to believe, so they look for anything that.
I mean, which is kind of which to take from the movie we watched. This when they said we're looking for scientists who could kind of to weigh in on this, and they found those scientists. They were doing that experiment with the gyroscope that a guy paid $20,000 for, and as soon as they turned it on, it said 15 degrees, and they're like, "Holy shit!" But instead of accepting it, but that their math that was right, that's what it's supposed to be, they decided, you know what, something's got to be wrong. Maybe the heavenly forces are fucking with it, and so they tried to
heavenly forces,
encase it in concrete to get it, and it still fucked it up. And I'm like, it's an unwillingness to.
Oh, and then they're gonna encase it in bismuth.
And there is no really documentation about it.
The guy even openly admitted, "Well, we can't accept that."
Like that. But there are, but most of the shit is YouTube videos or podcast or word of mouth or
they just get together and bullshit.
Right, exactly.
Would be like,
yeah.
It's like the same thing as like if people came to us, except for if we talked only about one topic, but like we talk about our topics, we just pick a different topic every week. But
yeah, every week it's about flat Earth.
Yeah, if we talked every week about flat Earth, it would be it's just like fucking bullshitters and just making up new fucking stories.
Right, that's pretty much it.
Maybe that's why we're not getting all the fucking likes and the followers, because we change topics. No one can stay with it.
Does anybody know any flat earthers?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
nope.
I know that one guy. We're gonna talk about the guy who built his own homemade rockets.
Yes, I got him on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about him before we go into the movie. That's the last fucking go. What are you doing, buddy? There you go. Come on. Skadoosh. Mike Hughes. He made a homemade rocket. He was a flat earther. Here's the funny thing about him. He's a flat earther. And he wanted to prove the Earth is flat by getting to outer space. But flat earthers don't believe there's an outer space,
right? Like whether
right. Yeah, but they don't believe there's an outer space. Oh, holy shit! Whoa, turning it down. That was just pouring them out thing. Don't worry about that. He crash landed his steam powered rocket.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah,
he had a steam powered rocket.
A couple of them, right?
How does that work?
I don't know. His math wasn't right, I guess. I don't know.
If I remember right, he had a first test where he got decent. I don't know how, like, he got up there for like a steam powered rocket, but who knows? It may have been only just like 1,000 feet, but and I think he even had like a slight fracture after he crashed in that with his parachutes. And then his second bigger bolder rocket, during takeoff, the the parachutes were like, they were snagged on something when he took off, so it like stripped off his parachutes and he just fell like a fucking stone.
Damn.
Yeah, his rocket uses steam ejected through a nozzle for propulsion.
Ejected through.
My thing is, I think his math is off because in order to get away from,
I think his math is off.
Because in order to get away from our globe,
he's dead.
In order to get away from our globe, you have to travel like 36,000 miles a second, whatever, to get away from our gravity. But flat earthers don't believe we're a globe, so if you got to get away from that flat plane, they're not gonna take it to effect, the extra gravity.
Yeah, I guess they didn't really say in that movie much what they explain gravity as.
But okay, so I know y'all gonna love this. I know Mystic is really gonna love this. Some flat earthers point to the Bible as proof that that God made the earth.
Yeah, Mistic.
People are sheep.
Yeah. According
I don't know why.
First Chronicles 1630 states that he has fixed the earth firm and movable, which means that the earth is a fixed thing in space. uh, there's another verse where it talks about where Satan takes Jesus up to the highest point in the world, and you can see all the corners of the world. If the world were circular, you wouldn't be able to do that. There's just a couple. There's more on here, but that's just a couple. We like I said, I got this idea from a movie I watched, Behind the Curve, on Netflix. So we're gonna start with Mistic first because he's got the most to say. Mistic.
What?
Behind the Curve.
What about it?
What'd you think? What do you give it? Favorite scene?
What do you mean? What did I think? It's fucking retarded, man. it basically just pissed me off.
Yep.
Watching these fucking people try to fucking ration with their own fucking idiocy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, man, there's pictures. We have taken pictures from outer space of the Earth.
People have sat in that station up there and watched the thing roll around them.
Right.
How do you explain that?
And they just...
Well, according to them, NASA's lying.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, the funny part, one of the funny parts.
So, like, where do the astronauts go then when they fly up? Do they hang out on the top of the dome?
Right.
We got a concession stand up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the cafeteria is all right.
Like a little break
just
room.
hang up there.
Yeah, and what's the
thing.
motive for doing that?
Well, here's my
Even
one
his
thing
mom asked that in the movie. She was like, "So who's behind this? Like, what's the point?"
Well, exactly. That's what I kind of want to know. Is like if their consensus is we're in a dome, or some people say it goes straight up, or some people think it's more outside the ice wall, whatever. My question is, nobody stopped to think who put us in here while we're here, or past that point. You just want to convince everybody that we're in a dome. Like, what is the? What's the? Who's behind it? Who did all this shit?
Right? At least come up with, like, giants. You know what I mean? Like,
Giants.
we're like giants.
Or Skeletor.
Didn't it used to be we would our planet rode on the back of a turtle, a giant tortoise, wasn't it? Was that in Greek mythology?
No, that was Native American stuff, wasn't it?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm a little rusty on my native mythology.
So where it's like, okay, in our screen here, you see the flat Earth, and there's like rock underneath it, and then there was like a big giant tortoise. Like instead of Atlas holding up the Earth, it was like a flat Earth balanced on a tortoise. Anyways, look it up. Google it.
Isn't that Terry
That's real
Pratchett?
information. What?
Awesome.
Discworld? Like
What was your question?
sci-fi series, like with the tortoise.
I swear to God, I'll figure it out.
Holy shit!
Keep talking.
Okay, Mistic, what'd you give it? What do you give it? How many bongs?
I don't know. I'll give it a 3.5 just because it was a well-made movie, and they did a good job of kind of just letting these people fucking dig their own grave. You know what I mean? Just by speaking. I really liked what Ashtray said, that last scene where it cuts to the credits. That dude, when he realizes that like they're completely fucked, that they're wrong, he's just like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, it was so the whole thing was.
Okay, spoilers. Yeah, you
we know.
Round,
we know, Ashtray.
Yeah. No, he can go ahead and say he's gonna say it his part anyway.
Laura's like, hold it up above your head.
I meant wait for your part to say it, bro. Okay, or Mistic, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I don't really have one, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
the end. The last scene, I guess.
It finally at least made you feel good for suffering through the fucker.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, Ashtray next. What's up, buddy? Give us your opinions.
Oh yeah, it was insufferable. That's why I texted you while I was watching it, and the the guy who was like, is this kind of dopey? Like, well, just I'm gonna just question everything. And the fucking hot weird redhead that was a cat nut that he fell in love with, but didn't have the balls to really ask her out. She then you had this psychopath, and this blonde psychopath who was I don't know, he just looked like some crazy thing out of a 90s movie.
That guy was fucking unhinged.
And yeah, he was like, I started this whole flat earth thing. And
that dude? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one who started bouncing balls on hammers. I'm like, yeah, because people want to hang around guys who do that.
Oh, that's a different dude.
No, that's a different dude. He's talking about the one who fucking
the blonde dude
chick,
is the one
who had that chick would just walk around on her phone the whole time
he
in the
looked
background.
like a character from fucking Hackers, the movie Hackers.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like he would have been like some guy like, yeah, I'm here to do my fucking vampires. My art
the startup
in the back. And anyways, he starts spreading, he's spreading rumors about the fucking redhead chick, and she has this reflection point where she's like, well, these people, they question everything, and because when they question everything, they can believe in anything. And I sometimes wonder if that's the way my thinking is. But I know I'm not one of those people. He's like,
yeah.
Fuck, you dumb broad. You just figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people. Yeah, but I only trust myself, but I'm not one of those people.
Once you give that straight.
I don't know. I'll give it I'll give it 3 bongs because it was insufferable, but that the way he ended was just God, thank God, yes, to see them. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna spoil the things for him anyway. So
I don't think he said interesting because he was questioning it. I think he said that because there's cameras on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They failed at their stupid experiment.
Well,
it blew up in their face on camera.
Yeah, and with the exactly. The documentary lens, rather than just we're gonna experiment this and then we're gonna report back.
Exactly, yeah.
That was also really funny. Their first attempt, this fucking laser, they shoot it across.
Yeah.
It looked like something from Amazon. Maybe it was $300 or something.
It was the same size as the
dude.
wall.
I got a rifle scope for $60 off Amazon. That thing was way cheaper than $300.
But yeah, when they were communicating with their people who are however many feet away, they were like, oh yeah, we see the dot. Yeah, no, you changed it. No, it's 15 feet wide.
Yeah, it's as wide as the fucking panel.
Panel, yeah.
Yeah. As if you could keep it straight.
Oracle, what about you, buddy? Let's hear it.
I actually thought the documentary did a good job of not totally trashing these people.
Yeah.
It was really about the people and the human beings behind this. Which I thought was interesting because I feel like the knee-jerk reaction or whatever is fuck these retards and move on. So
psychiatrists and stuff, interviews helped.
Right. So
even that out.
I thought it did a good job of kind of giving both sides enough airtime for you to kind of see a bigger picture. As far as a favorite scene, maybe when that kid took the hammers out and he was bouncing those ping pong balls, because I'm like, man, that's the type of kid that you don't take the Adderall from. You're just like, dude, you keep it, you need it.
Yeah, right.
Well, and he was doing it and reciting the fucking states, remember?
yeah.
And then like all those elements.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah, periodic
Magnesium,
table and shit.
berbium, you know, he's like the fucking periodic table. What a
Which is
crackhead.
like, sure,
Until-
it's
and then-
impressive
until-
to know all that, but what else? What are you gonna do with that shit?
Well,
You're bouncing balls.
that's why his
He's just
brain
working
coach,
his memory.
Yeah, that's why his brain coach told him that he's
That's right.
told him he should get into flat Earth.
He had a
His brain coach. Yeah, he had a fucking brain coach, bro. Don't sleep on
Oh God, it's so good.
it.
So I think I'll give it 3.5. Like, they did a good job with the documentary. Yeah.
It was
Actually,
almost like a
I'm gonna
trailer
change
park
my
boy.
favorite scene to that one where the black dude was in there talking to all the people in that bar, all the scientists, and he was explaining how like
What was that event?
if you think about it,
The guy was a physicist. He was a scientist.
yeah, it's the astrophysicist.
He's an astrophysicist. Yeah, he was a science event.
But it just kind of it makes you think like, yeah, the last thing that we need to do is rip on them, even though it's fun.
Yeah.
But like that's these people, their natural inquisitiveness and their natural questioning is exactly what science needs. It's just they have to be guided in that direction. They can't be fucking ridiculed for what they're believing in. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to fucking kind of accept that they believe it and then just question it. Make them come to their own realizations. But it's hard to do. It's super hard to do.
Heartwarming, but part of me is like, what are they gonna help with science? They ain't even gonna get to the fucking front door of science. Although I forgot, I would want to say that the dude who could build shit.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
That montage was pretty satisfying to see. Like that was a real craftsman.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Give me a second. I can't tell if I got a burp or fart.
Well,
Okay,
make up
it was a fart. It made himself
make up your body.
Both, dude. Just fucking let it go.
I'm not you, buddy. I can't live like that. Okay.
What?
I'm burping and farting at the same time. I'm not a fucking animal, for fuck's sake.
Just did it.
Nice.
Actually, I'm not sure if I would trust it. I might be like worried I'd shit myself.
Just shit your pants,
I
dude.
I think I did.
Yeah, I don't have an adult diaper, let alone a regular diaper, whichever Mystic wants to call it.
Well, you were calling it a man diaper. Do they make different diapers for women and men? I don't know.
Whatever, it's just a funny way to call it.
Anyway, what's going on, Teddy?
Yeah, Teddy, direct this show.
You're running this motherfucker.
We're talking about things the audience doesn't even know about. Fucking man diapers and our pants.
That was kind of scary. Okay, so my take of the movie was, it wasn't insufferable for me. It was like I said, I was in awe. Like when I saw that black dude on stage at the fucking conference, my fucking mind almost blew up. But I noticed something more different.
Because there was a black scientist.
Because there was a black. It was a black. He wasn't a scientist. Not
Oh,
the
this
scientist
was
guy.
the
I'm talking
flat
about
earther.
at the Flat Earth conference. At the illustrious
that
NBC
guy.
Suites.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
The
mind kind of
illustrious NBC Suites. Yeah.
NBC Suites. All of these people kind of resonated. They kind of all had the same kind of social awkwardness, I could say.
Yeah.
They were all conspiracy theories of some sort. My favorite scene was actually same as Ashtray's, to where they spread all these lies about the redhead chick, and she kind of came to realization in her car. But she's so into herself, and all these people also were very into themselves, also. Extremely into themselves, and she was like, "Well, no, I don't think like that." But I'm like, "You're talking about people who are in your group with your same thinking, but just because their thinking is turned against
she's
you."
like, it
doesn't.
Admitted questioning herself, and yet was like, "But I'm not like those."
You think it's the same way people felt in Germany? You know what I'm saying? The ones who just kind of stood by. I'm not one of them people.
As in,
this is getting heavy, right?
Yeah, right.
Wait, no, is that the same kind of mindset?
More of it's an intellectual. No, I think it's a bad analogy.
Remember
It's a horrible
9/11?
analogy.
Just had to bring fucking.
Oh, it's a horrible analogy.
It's a horrible.
Well, in the sense that, like, What
Jesus
she's having
Christ.
to is a question of intellectual, like when you question everything, you can believe in anything, and because these people
It was
believe in
super
anything,
intellectual. She had a spark of common sense for a second, and then the
Yep.
crazy bitch lost it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all it was.
I'd bring Hitler into it.
One
it was
thing these people had in common with Nazis, though, is they both liked ovens. So they had that go for them.
I don't know
I'm
where
drunk.
they liked ovens.
What?
I don't know how ovens was in the documentary, but
There's no ovens in the documentary at all.
he's
No,
fucking
there aren't.
Oh,
he's stretching.
God, I lost my
Stretching
fucking
for
train of thought
recovery.
because you made a stupid ovens comment. We're talking about the documentary. I was gonna bring up
Fucking,
something.
you took mushrooms and you're drinking miniature bottles of liquor. Shut up.
Hey man, at least I can keep it coherent.
Can you though?
Yeah, barely.
It's all relative, and I realize that. That's
relative.
my fucking
Coherent is a
I
relative
was
term.
very fascinated to find scientists in this documentary. And I'm talking about the guys that fucking I don't know how retarded you have to be to buy a $20,000 gyroscope to prove the Earth is flat, but holy fucking shit. I kind of don't think those guys were real scientists because when they found the first thing when they turned it on and said it was 15 degrees, they confirmed it. They immediately threw science out the window and tried to disprove what
Mhm.
was.
Yeah,
We can't.
exactly. Yeah.
well, we can't
It's
stand
like,
for that.
We can't stand
have
for that because
They started proving the
now we have
negative.
to-
Is what they did.
Yeah, right. Which I'm like, that's. Yeah, it was very interesting. And
Went all the
I,
way to bismuth.
and
I
I
don't know
love-
how
I
you make a
love seeing-
bismuth case.
Right.
yeah. And I
It's
do
not
like
your
in the,
bismuth.
like having the audio. Like if we were to come out right now with the information that we got, we'd be fucked. But because it's not good. If we came out what we had now, it's not good. I like that they caught that little secret bit of audio. I'll give it 3.5 ongs because it was a well made. It was well made documentary. The director just kind of just let the point of the camera and let these people shoot themselves in the foot. I think one of the redhead guy, redhead girl with the guy who's too scared to ask her out.
I think it was more that she didn't want him because he was ugly.
I think
Right.
she didn't want him because of the way he was taking the celebrity during the thing. She was like, I don't. He every time the guy asked her a question like, do you think you're a celebrity or have people recognize you with your from your voice or whatever? Like he was always telling stories about how you hop in the chat room, people are in awe of him, or he'd be out.
Yeah. Yeah,
was
that
like,
dude loved it.
Oh,
That dude
yeah.
was a
right, yeah,
Right.
he was
Oh,
very.
yeah.
He was very.
Oh yeah, he talked about how. Oh yeah, it's so different.
And
It's
I think-
amazing.
I think doing that type of shit, and he was doing that during the documentary with her while
What
he
was
was in
his
town with
name?
her.
I'm Mike
Mark-
Sargent. Mike
Mark
Sargent.
Mark
Mark
Sargent.
Sargent.
Yeah,
Mm.
Mark Sargent. So I think him doing that kind of turned her off to him being it. So even that whole
Better, just she had higher standards. Where it's like, oh, she, kind of where it's like, yeah, I love lovable chemistry with him, but oh, he's such a dopey like guy who lives in his mom's basement.
Right. That's what I
Right,
mean.
but
I
yeah,
think
he
that's kind
does-
of what it was. I
He
think
lived with his
that's
mom, I believe. At least that's the impression you got.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was
kind of
impressive.
I don't think he lived in the basement, but
Well, he might have. That's where his apartment is, and I'm saying that in
yeah,
quotations.
right. He has a mini fridge down there. It's cool.
Yeah. I got a bathroom and a mini fridge. It's an apartment.
Yeah.
I have a mini fridge in my game room. That doesn't make it an apartment.
It could be if you wanted it.
Yeah, right. Have me over. I'll...
Get some milk jugs to piss
I
in.
will never have you son of a bitch. I'm kidding. I'm gonna stop by either.
Milk jugs to piss in and grocery bags to shit.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Just a
that's our show about the Hollow Earth or Flat Earth. If you are a flat earther or a hollow earther, please drop a comment. Because
right.
I'm generally curious about what you know.
The rest of you, though, please comment about how dumb they are because we'll take any
I'm
comment.
genuinely curious about the drug cocktail that you take every day because I'd like to see what's in it if you're a flat earther.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to make fun of them.
that's
are we?
one thing too. Is like we have to ask ourselves sometimes, like to how much are we allowed to let other people just make up their own fucking reality that's like so detached, you know? Because I
Well,
mean, you know, LARPers are
Scientology.
harmless, right? Think about it. You know, like people who
Christianity.
LARP, that's
Look at religion,
harmless.
dude.
But these people who are like QAnon Fox and these
Well, that's okay. That was another thing. I'm sorry. That was another thing in the documentary where they did like it was like 5 or 6 people that they showed to where like one guy just got divorced and shit, didn't talk to his family.
Oh yeah, that's
like
right.
there's flat Earth only dating sites because you like flat earthers once people bring that shit out, people like never mind. Crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Kind of like the
Oh,
ostracizing
I couldn't
they
do
get
it
from
either. I
society.
couldn't
Yeah,
date
'cause
somebody.
it's bad shit fucking crazy. It's
Yep.
just as crazy as Tenet. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a good
that
segue
made
into
sense.
Into our what's sexy. We tell you what the fuck is sexy. And Oracle's up first with Trolls, apparently.
Trolls.
Like the
So,
little troll dolls?
There was this article about these fucking wooden trolls that this artist is creating around the world. And if you go on our website or you're looking on the stream right now,
Damn.
you can see these huge trolls that this dude builds out of like pallets and fucking just lumber and stuff that's around. And he sets it up and it's
Lumber
just trying
pallets.
to invite people to, you know, get with nature a little bit more. I like this one where it's next to a like a strip mine, and it's got like this troll stacking these rocks. And
Where
it's all,
is this at?
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So this one I think is
Breckenridge, Colorado.
Yeah, Breckenridge, Colorado.
All right.
But he's done them around the world. So yeah, here's one where it's like flipped a truck over on its side, and these are
Man, think the amount of equipment you'd have to like put that together.
Cool.
You know. You'd
Yeah,
need some
right.
extra lifts and
Right.
shit to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like think of that big guy's head. He probably made the head separately, you know, and then brought it up to the body.
So this Dambo guy, Thomas Dambo, you can go to www.trollmap.com to follow where all of his trolls are. It's just a fucking badass art project. That's it.
Where my trolls
Damn it.
at?
They have a big wooden troll here in Nashville at the in the zoo.
Does it
Every
look
year.
like that?
It does look like that. It's
Hmm.
wood, so I wonder if he's one of the ones that do
Yeah,
it. So,
maybe.
yeah. Cool word. I'll check that out.
Word.
Next up is Mistic with one of the best movies ever made. Tenet.
Word. I don't know about that, but it's a fun ride. I didn't know anything about it before I started watching it. So basically, it's just a spy movie.
The previews kind of had like a Matrix feel. They never told you what it was about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You didn't see-
exactly
you
what I
didn't- yeah,
felt.
you never knew
That's
what it
what
was
I'm
about.
saying. That's why you
Couple
don't really
clips
want to
of
tell
action,
people.
and that was it.
You don't want
Yeah.
to tell people like what it is because that's what I mean. It kind of smacks you in the face, like what? All right, guess we're just going along, you know, with this. But it's seriously, it's like Christopher Nolan just took a bunch of shrooms and wrote a fucking spy movie, wrote a James Bond movie. Because that's what the action feels like. It's very James Bondish, a very spy movie. But it's disorienting in a lot of places because of Tenet. And I can't, like, you just have to watch it. It's one of those things, like you said, like Matrix. You can't explain to someone what the Matrix is. You just they have to watch it.
Or take a pill.
So, yeah, or take a pill. But anyway, it was really good. I thought that's Denzel Washington's son that's in it too. I thought he was good.
Yeah.
And so was fucking Twinkly Vampire Dude. Whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck is his name? The British guy? Anybody?
I can't remember.
Robert Pattinson.
Ah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, check
So
it
it's
out.
not-
It's on HBO Max.
It's okay. So I haven't even finished it, and it's not really a spoiler. But the thing is, like, was he living in a windmill for a bit, and then they just like, oh, pick you up, like you're on your shift, you know? Like, do they have people that live in windmills like that?
Apparently.
At the very
He's
beginning.
talking about the very beginning where the guy was in a little thing and then he climbs up and comes
He
out.
said like stayed in that windmill, and then like the boat came by and picked him up, almost like it was a shift change, like when you take someone out to a lighthouse and you know.
Was he just
Which made me
working on
wonder,
it?
do they have maintenance guys that just hang out in those
I've
windmills?
seen people up on top of them before. There's
Yeah.
been like Google Earth shit where there's like naked dudes like sunbathing on top of those windmills. Seriously, so like maybe it's just the worker dudes. I don't know. Maybe they have maintenance guys that run them. You know.
It's actually
Yeah.
mandatory to have a naked middle-aged man on the top
Well, I
of
think
a
that's what
windmill.
his cover was. He was
Right.
fitting in with
It
the
scares
maintenance
away,
guys,
scares
so
away
it
the
must
birds that
be
they're killing.
that
Yeah.
like he just like went to a windmill that was supposed to have a maintenance guy and just like put a vest on and fucking then got on that boat. Sneaky.
Yeah, that's
Sound
what I
like
mean. It's
Nick.
very spot.
That's why
and they
the
don't.
Green
And
New
they
Deal
don't
is
even
gonna
explain it.
ruin our country.
They don't even explain like what agency he works for or like what the fuck is going on. They just drop you into this
Drop
shit,
you into yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
yeah, yeah.
Fuck. But it's intense. It's fun. It was a fun ride.
Cool.
Or check it out.
All right, check it out. We'll probably do a movie. I'm down to do a movie review about it. I think it'd be a fun conversation.
I think we just
Next up,
did.
fuck you. Next up is me with engagement photos. We had our engagement photos last weekend. I've never taken it before. I didn't do it for my first wedding, so it was kind of a first for me. We went to Centennial Park and took a bunch of gay ass photos to make my wife happy. I don't see the point in doing it. I mean, it's people know we're engaged. It's just so we can plaster them on Facebook, I guess. I
Yep.
don't or social
It's
media.
all for the social media splash. And
What
you
was
can make
disturbing?
those print things.
So what was crazy to me was at the park also were a bunch of teenagers because it was a prom night, and they were taking a Centennial Park is kind of like Central Park in Nashville. And there were a bunch of kids there taking pictures for prom. I thought that back in my day at prom, we just had a little square set up there. Everybody was in line. You took your little picture and you got them. But
Yeah.
apparently, kids nowadays are hiring photographers to go to places and take prom pictures like this. I think that's fucking crazy.
How much?
Like whatever.
How do they pay
Probably
for
the
this
same
shit?
for getting your homecoming
Well,
pictures,
I'm
right?
guessing there's a lot of parents there with them, so I'm guessing the parents pay for it.
Or no, senior pictures. That's what I remember we always had.
Well, the ghetto black folk, they're taking pictures themselves. They had their own cell phone cameras. They didn't hire photographers. So
well,
That's good enough. Let Granny take it, honey.
I mean, if you're just the thing is though, I could see in prom night if you're going out, and especially now everybody's got cell phones. Like, sure, if you're going out, you're gonna hang out, go to the park or whatever before going to prom later because you're all gussied up. You're gonna take pictures with your friends. But if they had an actual photographer, like a hired photographer, I thought that was.
Right.
I mean, yeah. There was a place over here in Franklin that we all went to and took pictures of each other and stuff, and took pictures with folks. But we didn't hire photographers. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, I thought you said
apparently
they hired photographers.
Yeah,
for
the kids are
outdoor pictures.
Yeah, the kids are hiring photographers for outdoor pictures. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we didn't do that. Back in my day, we took our own. We did our own little fucking
something ghetto thing.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Super coherent.
Yep.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just, yeah. You just fucked up everything I just said.
Don't roll your eyes at me, motherfucker.
I'm fucked up. I have to question everything. Everything's inverted.
You don't
I'm
have to
in the-
question everything. You just have to pay
Everything's
attention,
inverted.
and your fucking questions will be
I'm
answered.
in the out world.
That's all. Jesus Christ. Ashtray
Talking to you
Starship
from the
landing.
inside
Play
of the
video.
earth.
That's what he put
He
down.
wrote play video in there.
I wrote
seriously?
Starship Landing. Play video.
Oh,
my
fuck.
God.
Look, it
Don't
doesn't even
play
have it
it.
ready.
Oracle, do not play that video.
He wrote play video.
Nah, it's just the fucking the new landing of the fucking Elon Musk Starship. I'm gonna follow Elon Musk. I'm gonna follow into his camp. I mean, you can stick with Jeff Bezos if you want. He's probably got a
Super
good.
villain.
Elon seems way cooler for sure.
Oh, way cooler and more like kind of.
They all seem way cooler till they're trying to fucking take over the world.
practical. He even
Jesus.
like. Anyways, watching that starship because it almost looks exactly like a sci-fi ship.
Mm.
But the way it can just fucking land like in the movies, It's impressive. Anyways, check it out. Let's move along. Fuck, we're going late.
Oh, sorry. It's my show, isn't it? Fuck what you think is up next. Oracle's special field trip.
Yeah, so I guess apparently, according to ABC News, and today is May 6, 2021, Army trainee hijacks elementary school bus full of kids. So this fucking Army fucking trainee who had been there for like 2 weeks takes his rifle, takes an M4 or an M16, I'm not sure which one. Probably an M4. And it wasn't loaded, thank God, but stops a bus and demands that they drive him to the next town.
Wow.
Is that how fucked up our Army
Wait,
training is?
show that.
It's
Go
making
down to that
kids loony
picture
like that
again. It
to
looked like
believe.
him. It was like the school bus cam of him
Yeah.
holding up the. Damn! Look at that right there. He's holding up the bus driver.
So nobody was hurt, and the kids and the started complaining so much that he kicked everybody off the bus and drove it himself. And eventually the authorities picked him
The
up.
kids started complaining. They're like, "Come on, shoot us or stop! Like, get this over with.
Yeah.
Kill me already."
Like, what did he think is gonna happen?
No,
I
it'd
don't
been
know.
fun.
Are
You
they
know
not
what
gonna
though?
catch him? I mean, like,
I
Right.
could see some fucking 13-year-old. It's like, you don't even have a clip in that gun.
right? Yeah, no shit.
They
Just
actually
call
kick
them
his
on that
ass.
shit. Like, yeah, his gun isn't even loaded. Fucking pussy.
They're beating him with their math books and shit.
Yeah. Ripping on him.
Well, that is fucked up. And I hope he goes to jail for a long fucking time. Those are some boss ass kids that complained instead of being scared because he had an M4 though.
They get fucked in the butt.
Yeah, he's gonna get fucked in the butt for fucking with kids. Yeah. Up next is Mistic with Christopher Nolan.
Speaking of butt fucking. No, I'm kidding. So my what's sexy was Tenet, but my fuck what you think is Christopher Nolan. Dude needs to stop. Dude needs to stop being crazy. Like it's insane. Like we go from Inception to Interstellar to this. Like it's like shit. It doesn't make sense, but we all eat it alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all eat it up. It's like
It's captivating enough that we want to try to figure it out. It's like
Okay, first off,
like a Rubik's cube that you can't
Interstellar.
quite figure out. But some people are like, "Oh yeah, look at this. That's
right?
how it's done."
Dude,
Fuck
Interstellar
you.
was tight. Okay.
Mhm.
And the
Interstellar was
first one
tight until you
and,
get towards the end.
the first one you mentioned, Inception, that was based on
Unexplained.
actual events. Okay. So get your science right and your facts.
Based on that.
Based on action. Come
Yeah.
on, Teddy.
Right?
It's based on actual
Come
events.
on,
Okay?
Teddy.
Based on
Shut up.
yeah,
Shut up.
Scary
Based on
Terry.
actual
I'm
events.
sure Get Out was based on actual events too.
Well, yeah,
Scary Terry, remember?
that shit was based on true. Yeah.
So,
Based
but
on true
anyway,
story.
What did he
I
do
like
before
him.
Tenet? What was the movie directed before Tenet? Everybody know?
his first movie was Memento.
Oh, that yeah.
Oh,
Actually, that was his
fucking
first big movie. It was his first big movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had
that
one
movie was,
before that called
gross.
Following. Then Memento, and then obviously the big ones are the Batman series. But he also did Prestige. The Prestige, I think he wrote.
I don't think I've
directed, too.
seen that.
That was actually
Pretty good.
that was actually
Really
pretty good. Yeah. With Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh
Is
Jackman.
it?
And,
Are they like
Christian Bale.
Tesla or some shit?
No, they're magicians.
Oh,
They're
magician.
magicians and they're trying to out trick each other.
They're trying to out.
Hugh Jackman does get his
Was Woody
uh,
Harrelson in
a
those?
device from. No, it was Hugh Jackman
No, those
and
are- That's the
Christian
Now You
Bale.
See Me shit. That's not
Oh, okay.
Christopher.
yeah.
Anyway, he's a brilliant writer and an even better director. But it's just the shit that he comes up with. It's like, what's next, man? What are we doing? What are we doing after this? Everyone fucking shits blueberries, like it's just, it's just like
Oh, he was involved with Justice League too.
probably.
Oh, okay, Dunkirk. He directed that. That
Dunkirk,
was
yeah.
the one before Tenet. Quay?
Yeah, that's right. He did a
2015. I don't even remember that.
Really, did a
Oh,
really good
the
job.
Quay
of-
brothers.
I don't know. Anyway, fuck him for being so talented.
Fuck him for being so talented. All right, up next is Ashtray with no pardon for cripple.
Yeah, this is that guy. Play video.
God damn it.
No, there's no video, but show you. I can show us pictures. He's that guy because he's the guy who was part of the We Build the Wall, like crowdfunding. Do you remember they were like, we're raising money to help build the wall because Trump can't get the government to pay the money to build the border wall, and he was this soldier who lost like both his legs and I believe either hand or like his arm, like almost to the elbow on one arm. And so he's been like doing the whole like, yeah, fucking I'm a veteran and I just believe in this country and we just gotta raise money like for us patriots to fucking keep our country free and safe from illegal aliens. And this is the whole thing, the operation that was tied into what's his face?
Bannon?
Steve Bannon, yeah. Where they basically money laundering funds through this this nonprofit. And so yeah, he's now been like indicted on even new fraud and tax charges. And so like Trump pardoned Bannon and a dozen others in his last night in the office, but Trump did not pardon
this guy.
Or Army cripple.
Wow.
Motherfucker.
What a fucking scumbag. Jesus.
What a kick in the balls.
What a kick in the balls.
Man.
Just an add-on to Christopher Nolan. He directed Insomnia, which is a great movie if you haven't seen it, starring Al Pacino and Robin Williams. Robin Williams plays a serial killer.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was one. Yeah, you worked in the picture store, right?
Nope, that was 1 hour photo.
Oh yeah, it was Robin Williams. That was a weirdo one. I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, Robin Williams did a lot of weird shit toward the end.
Yeah, dude.
World's Greatest Dad. That was a fuck up.
Up next is me with Disney bullshit new lightsaber. Oracle, if you could play the video. If you might have to reload it. I loaded up a new video. That's right. I said it. I did it.
I'm just gonna tell you that shit even when I don't have videos. Just play it or.
With this woman with the purple hair?
No, it's a YouTube. It should be a YouTube video. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, that one right there. Not the woman. The YouTube video.
All right, I got it.
Even your links are bunk.
Oh fuck you! I put just the YouTube video in there. They're coming out with this new lightsaber here. They have a hotel opening up. It's a galactic cruiser. That's a pretty much a hotel. And this saber is going to be sold there. It opens up in 2020. This thing it
opens up last year.
I'm sorry, 2022. My bad. I am extremely high. I too have slipped into the realm of incoherentness. All right, I'm joining you in Ashtray. Everybody's almost there. Oracle's will be there in a minute. Okay. I just think it's fucked up. I don't like it. It's too short. It's not cool. Fuck it. It's all this like when they first announced it, they had people wait for this stupid fucking video with this gay ass bitch.
Dumbass gay ass bitch.
Wait, that's the fucking reveal video?
Yeah, it's a reveal video for the new lightsaber.
Oh
yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's fucking lame, dude.
Are you really bitching about lightsabers?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how petty he is.
Says the man who
Tell
bitched
me
about
more.
a director.
Says
the man who
you're
bitched
right.
about a
you're
director.
You're right. Touche. Tell me more about this fucking Star Cruiser hotel, because that seems like something I'd do.
It is supposed to be like a very immersive hotel. One of the things that kind of bothers me is the windows are going to be they're talking about how they're going to be a like a galaxy kind of deal. It's gonna look like it's gonna look it's gonna
stars are going past and shit. Like
stars are going
cool.
past and shit. Yeah, it's supposed to be really, really cool. I also want to do it because
You've traveled to so many different crazy hotels compared to me.
I'm pretty sure my sister-in-law is gonna book us in it hopefully. But yeah, you should check it out. It's supposed to be really fucking cool. The rooms, some of the rooms kind of look like cruise ship rooms. Like it shows like one bed and like bunk beds for the kids right next to a little away from the bed, whatever. It looks really because it is a starship cruiser, so I'm guessing everything's gonna be more like a cruise ship. But it looks kind of immersive and really cool. But these lightsabers are supposed to be exclusive to it, at least at least for a little while.
Yeah.
But I just thought they're really gay. In all seriousness, go fuck
Really
yourself,
gay.
Disney. That's our show. We're going to be here every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. You can also Twitter us at redeye_report. Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am Tete.
I'm Oracle.
This is Ashtray.
And I'm Mystic.
The Earth is flat. This is the Red Eye Report.
Yes, it is.
You
Yeah,
guys
right.
don't want to know the truth. You don't.